Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Mike Martinez here. I'm gonna talk about employing family members and relatives. The pros, the cons, the pain, the glory, the excitement, and the frustration. Let's jump right into it. From East LA to the hills of Rancho Cucamonga, I'm gonna show you how I went from being broke to being rich. I want you to keep in mind that this is coming from a place of experience. From building multiple multi-million-dollar companies and having a dozen relatives on my teams. I'm gonna tell you how hard it is, but I'm also gonna tell you the loyalty is undescribed and cannot be compared with anyone else. So for starters, in 2014, when I launched my first debt collection agency, standalone without a business partner, I had my brother-in-law come in as my right-hand administration manager, and he's been with me ever since. He's helped me scale my collection agency to $1.5 million a month. I have my other brother-in-law who was, and still is, one of my top closers in debt collections. Recently, about a year and a half ago, my 18-year-old son joined the team. I'd actually been molding him since he was 17 and coaching him to become a closer who is now making about $6,000, $7,000 a month. I have my sister-in-law who's one of my administration assistants who runs my skip tracing company and is also one of my lead administrators for my debt collection organization. I have about 5 of my wife's cousins working for our debt collection companies in different branch offices. And I also have my older brother who was always like a father figure to me, who's always been there for me, who's pulled me out of some bad stuff. And he's actually one of my top closers in my real estate investment company. So the difficult, challenging part is that family is always gonna be hard to discipline, and you expect the most out of them than anyone else. You hold them to a higher standard and you feel a deeper level of disappointment when they're not carrying their weight per se. It's also hard to have those difficult conversations of letting them know when they're screwing up, because it hurts you to address them. It hurts you to show them their mistakes. You have disappointment, and since you hold them to a higher standard, the disappointment just feels harder than a stranger or somebody that's not related to you working for you. The positive notes is that their level of commitment and their loyalty is unmatched. You're not gonna find any other employee who's gonna care about your money and your success like they do. I can't trust anybody with my financials other than my immediate relatives like my brother-in-law or my sister-in-law or my business partner, which is my wife. And I can't see anybody caring more about the success of my real estate investment company than my older brother. He's expressed the level of proudness that he has for me and the level of proudness that my mother has for me. And now that we're together working in our real estate investment company, I could just see the joy that it brings him, even knowing that my mom is proud of us working together. I'm actually trying to bring my younger brother into our real estate company. He's an architect here in California. Now, keep in mind that this is coming from a CEO that employs over 100 to 150 employees at one time. So, as I mentioned, there's pros and cons to having relatives work for you. Overall, it's been a blessing to have family on my side, and I think that's been a major part of my success. As long as you explain to them and they understand that there's boundaries, that business is separate from family. I can have a tough conversation with them on a Friday morning, and Friday evening, we're at dinner having a beer. As long as they understand that relationship and they respect the difference, you can be successful hiring family. This is coming from my experience, not to say that all family members are created equal, because they're probably not. I have had to have some challenging moments with some of them in the past, and Thankfully, everything has worked out at the end. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I hope my insight in hiring relatives has helped you in your business. Make sure you like and subscribe. Comment below if you have an experience working with relatives, either alongside them or as employees. I'd like to hear about it. Until next time, I'll see you guys soon. Let's get it.